Hey, everybody. How are you? We're going to talk about a couple of things today: Corona and travel, check baggage, and just some assorted thoughts from travel. Um, Let me do check baggage first. And as you guys tune in, make sure that you sign up on StreamYard so I can see your comments and your feedback. Let me know where you're watching from as well. Um, so, I have a friend of mine that's taking a trip coming up, and one of the things that he asked was about Spirit Airlines. And a lot of people are pretty strongly opinionated about Spirit Airlines. I personally use them. I don't have a problem with them. And I've found that Spirit Airlines is really about managing expectations. But there's something important that people need to know about Spirit and the other airlines. So Spirit's a budget airline. They're going to charge you for check baggage. They're going to charge you for, like everything. However, if you're not flying on Southwest, everyone else is charging you for check baggage as well, unless you're a status or a preferred customer. And what that means is that you've flown enough that you've achieved status with them. So understanding budget airlines is really important. And I'm going to give you an example. The typical flight from Nashville, Tennessee to Las Vegas is around $300 a flight. So for me and my 5 kids, you're looking at $1,500. Super expensive, $1,200, whatever it be, right? No, $1,500. However, on Spirit Airline, I got 5 tickets, and the total cost for me was $250. Now, direct flight, I have to pay for my baggage, just like I would if it was Delta. Now, it's a longer flight, so those seats aren't quite as comfortable. But you have to ask yourself, is a savings of $1,250 worth flying a budget airline? Now, we're all going to take backpacks, so we don't have to pay for checked baggage. So that $257 and some change that I paid is all I'm paying. I think it's worth it, right? And I never fly now with checked baggage. I have a backpack that I use. There's no sense at all in paying for checked baggage unless you're doing business travel and you need to keep your clothes organized in a certain way, okay? Or unless you're a preferred customer flying Southwest where it doesn't matter, all right? So I never, I did 11 days in Ireland out of a carry-on bag, okay? You can do it. There's ways, techniques that you can do that would show you guys how to do that, all right? Now, here's the big thing I want to talk about. So European travel ban has been extended to the United States. We're not allowed to go to Europe. And there's been some conversation in my group, Live and Travel, about my platform as somebody that has a large Facebook group. I think we're at 13,500. And there was a comment that was brought up today that basically I should be ashamed of myself for not telling people to stop traveling. And it tickled me. I'll be honest, I laughed. And so I'm going to give you guys my straight up thoughts about Corona, how it has to deal with travel, and my position for everybody, right? If this is controversial to you, hey, right over there, or maybe over there, I don't know, there's an unfriend button. I don't care, all right? Here's my position. If you want to travel, go travel. If you want to go to Florida, go to Florida. If you want to go to New York, go to New York. If you want to go out west, go out west. That is on you. You have the freedom as a United States citizen to choose to fly wherever the hell you want to go. Go. Now, I've seen a lot of shaming of people because they're traveling or because they will wear a mask or won't wear a mask. And I'm going to go right back to my comment about coronavirus. This is America. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask and you're not being required to wear a mask, then don't wear a mask. It's that simple, guys. The idea of shaming people because they want to travel and get away in the wide out open space. So let's take Arizona, for example. Arizona is currently a hot spot, so to speak. The temperatures are about 105 degrees, wide open. The coronavirus doesn't spread in the heat. It doesn't, right? Outdoors, I think they said it's 30 seconds. And my entire point with all of this is that you have the ability innately as a human to make your own decisions. And then you have to internally weigh out those decisions. If you want to travel, go travel. I'm traveling right now. I'm traveling and I'm going to travel. And I'm not going to wear a mask unless I've been ordered to wear a mask like I just was. When I'm ordered to, I will, if it's ordered properly. So when I go to restaurants and the restaurant has a policy that says you must wear a mask, then I wear one. If they don't have a policy, I don't wear one. It's that simple. I will say, though, it was slightly ridiculous that I had to wear it from the front door to my table. As soon as I got to my table, I could take it off. But anyway, and guys, travel is freeing. Travel is meant to make a difference in your life. Travel is meant to make a difference in other people's lives. Some of us have really caught the bug, and we understand that we don't have to wait until we're 60, 70 years old to retire and then travel the world and see the things we want to see. Yes, there's restrictions. Yes, we have to have some common sense and some common decency. But this entire culture of shaming people because they do wear a mask or they don't wear a mask or they travel or they don't travel is really for the birds. Like, it doesn't matter, right? And this, this whole idea of, yeah, that's fine for you, but what about everybody else? Well, what about everybody else? If I'm traveling, so for example, I'm taking my kids, we're going to go do a national park tour. We're going to be outside. We're going to be in the extreme heat. We're not going to be within, 2 or 3 feet of a bunch of other people. There will be social distancing because you're out in the big, wide, open space of the world. Yeah, right? Come on, Melissa. Shame me all you want, okay? But it's really ridiculous that we're sitting here shaming people for this stuff, one way or the other, because I've seen it on both sides. I've seen where people are shaming people for traveling, and then I've seen people shaming people for not traveling. Knock it off. You guys aren't children, right? This is stuff that we did when we were in school. Knock it off. Be adults, be responsible, be reasonable, be intelligent, and live your life according to the way that you want to live. And this whole, like, what about other people? What about them? Wear your mask or don't, right? Right? Yeah. Guys, there's just really no need for this. And this all sprung out of a post in a group today for somebody that's going out west. And people were very upset about this idea because they're coming from Florida. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical specialist. I'm not a scientist. I'm none of those things. I'm just somebody that's going to live my life according to the principles that I believe in. And yeah, you do have to wear one on the plane. You will, Melissa. You'll have to wear it on the plane. Here's what I'll say. I'm going to Florida. My kids are right now in Florida having vacation. Okay? Hot spot or not. My kids are right there having a great time. My daughter's sending me pictures right now of amazing things. Travel is about experience. It's about living. It's about having a great time. And if you want to shame people over either way, it's really ridiculous. And it needs to stop, period. I understand that some of you are going to be really upset about this and responsibility. Hey, look, man, 2020 has become the year of choice, right? If you want to be a racist pig, that's your choice. But as you can tell from the culture of what's going on in our country, people aren't going to put up with it, right? You have that choice, but as you can see, that choice isn't going to bear out for you. And it's not right. But in the same regard as they have the freedom to be stupid, you have the freedom to travel. You have the freedom to choose for you and your family what you can and can't do. And I'm just here to tell you, man, shaming anybody on any side of the aisle is ridiculous and it needs to stop. We should be having constructive conversations and we should be slow to speak about this virus because it's not like anybody really has a handle on what's going on with it. If you can't tell, there's disparaging facts on both sides of this thing. What that tells me, as somebody who tends to try to be level-headed, is as if the experts don't have it figured out, you probably don't either. Because I don't. I don't have it figured out. Here's what I know. I eat pretty decently. I'm in pretty good health. I know that I'm going to be okay. I know that there's a chance that it could spread. I know all those facts. Well, guess what? If you're at risk, stay at home. Yeah, right. Slow to offend, slower to get offended. You're not going to offend me. You're not, because I really don't care. So here's the deal. There's a way that you can travel in the United States, because that's where we're allowed to travel to some Caribbean countries, and then free to travel in some of the United States. I just saw that New York put a travel ban to Oklahoma, which I don't even know if Oklahoma's that bad. But do your due diligence. Like right now for my trip coming up with my kids, I'm going and I'm checking at each location what's happening that we're going to be at. We're flying into Vegas, driving down to the Grand Canyon, then we're driving over to the Antelope Canyon, then we're going up to Moab, then we're going up to Yellowstone, then we're going to go into California, and I'm checking New York to Oklahoma. New York just put out there's some cool stuff in Oklahoma. I'm not traveling there, but there's some cool stuff there. So do your due diligence when it comes to the coronavirus. If you personally don't feel safe and secure about traveling to Florida or to, the West Coast or to New York or to wherever, then don't go. And there's no reason, like legitimately, there's no reason for me. I'm going to pick on Melissa because I know she won't care. So let's say that Melissa was not like me and she was like, no, I'm staying home. There is no reason for me as a person who's not concerned to try and shame Melissa for her belief that she should stay home and wear a mask. None. Like, good for you, Melissa. Stay. On the same token, there would be no reason for Melissa to get on and shame me for my decision to travel and go and experience the great and wonderful things that our country has to offer. And this entire shaming culture needs to go away. It just needs to go away, right? You can't make me stay at home either. Like I'm so done with lockdown. I'm so done with this stuff. I am traveling. I'm traveling right now. Okay. And I just want to encourage all of you guys. Legitimately, I want to encourage you personally to be a person who's positive and constructive. I'm not telling you to change your beliefs one way or another, because that's like, that's just crazy. People don't do it. All right. But I'm encouraging you to treat one another with respect and common decency and understanding that we live in a free nation for a reason. And if you can't handle that, then you're in the wrong place, right? I can respectfully disagree with you on all kinds of things, and it doesn't affect me. And truthfully, it shouldn't affect you either. So inside my travel group, for example, I had to mention this today. I am all about healthy conversation, healthy debate. If you want to debate the merits on travel inside the United States during this pandemic, all about it. Have at it, guys. I love it. Name calling and shaming will not be accepted. You'll be booted from the group, okay? Because there's a way to do this in a healthy, perspective. And I'll be honest, I would much rather pick up the phone and talk to you or sit down for coffee and talk to you than in a Facebook group anyway, when it comes to touchy issues, because that's how we're really going to heal this nation. It's not political dialogue on Facebook or shaming on Facebook. I have to sit down with my friends, my brothers, my sisters, the people that I care about, and the people that I don't know. And we have to have a conversation face to face where they can look at me in the eye and they can see my authenticity, that I care about them, I care about their issues. And it's the only way that problems get fixed. It's the same in a marriage. It's the same in a marriage. If you come into a marriage and you berate, belittle, and shame your spouse, you won't be married for long. We will never fix the problem of bigotry and racism when there's belittling on either side of the issue. The issue is that we have to see one another as humans who deserve respect and kindness, and we treat them the way that we want to be treated. And that goes for this corona stuff. I have people in my life that are autoimmune compromised. Guess what? Around them, I would be safe. I would take care of them because I care about them. I would do what's proper and right by them. But John Rankin personally, he's not going to play that game where he can no longer do anything on the off chance that he may be asymptomatic and pass it off to somebody else. I'm not playing that game. If you choose to, God bless you. Just don't shame people for it. If you choose to be like me and you meet people who believe the other way, God bless you. Don't shame them. That's what makes our country great, is that we can live that way. And we can. All right, listen, Melissa. Pineapple totally belongs on pizza. Totally. Totally. All right? We'll have a conversation about this because that's almost unfriending right there. I'm just kidding. All right. So, guys, I know this is going to be slightly controversial because the people hold such strong views about Corona and the way that it's affected our economy and the way that it's, hurt people. And I mean, it's a real thing. We should be looking at it. I'm just saying be slow to judge because even the experts can't agree. So let this thing be what it is and be decent to one another, especially as you're traveling. Be decent. That's it. That's it. All right. So what I'm going to do is, it seems like Melissa's the only one who cares to banter with me today, but I'll let you guys, if you guys have some travel questions, just pop them into the feed so I can see them. And then that way I can answer any questions you may have about travel that I didn't get to answer yet. And I'm going to be doing some different stuff here coming up. So if you do have some questions, go ahead and pop them in. If not, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to hop off and we will see you tomorrow. Let me see. Yeah, I'm sure you just wanted to fight. Hold on. Look at that. Boom. I love StreamYard. I can highlight your comments. Hold on. I'm going to, right there. That's the evil comment. Yeah, you were living down in Florida for a while and now you're leaving, right? Alicia, I will have to it depends. You're probably a priority customer. So I think you can consume quite a few. Just depends on where you're flying to. Let me see. All right. I don't see anybody else commenting except for my good friend, Melissa. Oh, you're going to Norfolk. That's a great place. I have quite a few friends living there. So she'll banter with me all night. So we'll call it a night. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about some different things. I'm going to be talking about the benefits of travel and some of those different type of things as we launch into the next series that I'm doing. But you're about to set a record. But I enjoyed talking to you guys tonight. Feel free to debate this as long as I said, like I said, that it's healthy dialogue and you're not shaming and not calling people names. But I'd love to hear what you think about should we be traveling or not traveling in the midst of Corona. We'll talk to you tomorrow.